Did you know that identifying the sex of your cannabis plants can make or break your harvest? Male, female, or hermaphrodite, each plays a different role in the growth process, and mistaking one for the other could mean the difference between a seedless, resin-rich crop and a field full of seeds. Stick around, because today, we'll teach you how to spot the differences and ensure your grow stays on track. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about cannabis plant sex. We'll show you how to identify male, female, and hermaphrodite plants, explain why it's so crucial to remove males from your grow space, and share tips for dealing with hermaphrodites. By the end, you'll be ready to manage your plants like a pro. Let's get started. Cannabis plants are dioecious, which means they can be male or female, and sometimes even both, known as hermaphrodites. Understanding this is key to managing your grow, especially if your goal is to produce seedless buds, also known as sensimilla. Female plants are the star of the show for most growers. They produce the trichome-rich buds that are harvested for their cannabinoids and terpenes. Male plants, on the other hand, produce pollen sacs rather than buds. They're essential for breeding new strains, but can be a problem in a grow room where you want to keep your female plants unpollinated. Pollinated female plants divert energy into seed production instead of bud development, which can significantly reduce yield and quality. I remember a grower who accidentally left a single male plant in their room during flowering. It pollinated half of their female plants, turning what could have been a high-yield crop into a seed-filled harvest. A lesson learned the hard way. Have you ever had a male plant sneak into your grow? What happened? Share your stories in the comments. How do you tell the difference between male and female cannabis plants before it's too late? Let's break it down. Around 3 to 6 weeks after the vegetative stage begins, cannabis plants start showing their sex, especially when the light cycle is switched to 12-12 to initiate flowering. Look closely at the nodes, where the branches meet the main stem. This is where you'll see the first signs. Male plants develop pollen sacs, small, round balls that form clusters. They look like little green bananas hanging from the branches. Female plants develop pistils, which look like tiny hairs protruding from a small, teardrop-shaped calyx. These are the first signs that your plant will produce buds. Check your plants daily during the stage, especially if you're growing from regular seeds. Spotting males early can save your harvest. A fellow grower once shared that they had trouble distinguishing males until they started using a magnifying glass. With the aided clarity, they could remove all the males from their grow room before pollination occurred. Do you have any tricks for spotting males early? Let us know in the comments. Not all cannabis plants play by the rules. Some develop both male and female characteristics. These are known as hermaphrodites, and they require special attention. Hermaphrodites can develop for a few reasons: genetic predisposition, stress from light leaks, temperature swings, or physical damage. When stressed, a female plant may produce nanas, small banana-shaped growths that contain pollen. There are 2 types of hermaphrodites: true hermaphrodites, which develop both male pollen sacs and female pistils, and nana-producing hermies, which develop pollen-laden banana-like structures. A grower I know accidentally triggered hermaphroditism by leaving a light on during the dark cycle. The plant started producing nanas, and unfortunately, it led to some self-pollination before they courted. If you spot a hermaphrodite early, you have a couple of options. Carefully remove the pollen sacs with tweezers, or, if the problem is widespread, it might be best to remove the plant entirely to protect your other females. Keep your growing environment stable and stress-free to reduce the chances of hermaphroditism. This means checking for light leaks, maintaining consistent temperatures, and avoiding over-pruning. Have you ever dealt with a hermaphrodite plant? How did you handle it? Let's share our tips in the comments. Let's go over some best practices to ensure your grow room stays free of unwanted males and hermaphrodites. Number 1. Start with feminized seeds. Feminized seeds are bred to produce only female plants, which significantly reduces the chance of a male sneaking in. This is ideal for beginner growers or those looking to simplify their process. Number 2. Inspect regularly. Even with feminized seeds, regular inspection is crucial. Check your plants daily during the early flowering stage for any signs of male parts. Number 3. Keep a clean environment. Stress is one of the biggest triggers for hermaphroditism. Keep your grow room clean, control pests, and avoid making sudden changes to your light or temperature settings. Number 4. Isolate questionable plants. If you're unsure about a plant's sex, isolate it from the rest of your crop until you can confirm. This can prevent accidental pollination. One grower saved their harvest by setting up a small quarantine tent. They put any plants with questionable traits inside until they could identify them. It only cost a little extra, but it saved their main crop from potential pollination. What are your go-to strategies for keeping your grow room free of males? Share your best tips in the comments. Today we covered the ins and outs of cannabis plant sex, how to identify males, females, and hermaphrodites, and the best practices for managing them in your grow space. With these tips, you'll be able to keep your harvest safe and maximize your yields. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel for more growing tips, and join the conversation in the comments. We're here to help each other grow better cannabis.